Can we trust AI and its creators? I'm Ben Fajzullin. I'm at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland to find out if artificial intelligence is set to become a toy for the rich or a tool for equality. Take a look at this ever-changing AI-based artwork. What's it good for, though? I'll get to its creator in a moment and talk to him. First, let's talk about the fairness of AI with a lawyer. Gerald Abila is from Uganda. Rich nations are driving technologies like AI at the moment. Where does that leave low-income countries?
I guess when it comes to new technologies, we should ensure as humanity that the benefits befall us all, regardless of geographical location. The benefits of new technologies should be as prevalent in the global south as they are in the global north. And this is what I consider fairness.
How do we do that? I mean, it's a question of investment, isn't it?
I think it goes beyond investment. It's a question of will. What do we intend to achieve as humanity? Professor Klaus, in his opening remarks today, spoke about building guardrails when it comes to the new technologies that we're facing. And I think these guardrails for us should be guardrails that prevent against perpetuating inequalities that we've already experienced as a society, as humanity, while at the same time amplifying the benefits to make sure we all achieve the potential development that these new technologies give us.
How many people have you managed to help through leveraging technology in your work as a lawyer, and how many more people do you hope to help?
In the 10 years Barefoot Law has been operating, we've reached close to 1 million people, and we hope to reach 50 million people across Africa by 2030.
Is AI going to change that?
Yes, we've been very interested in new technology from the founding of Barefoot Law. And we've invested a lot of time and resources in developing a new technology that we call Winnie, which is an AI lawyer that improves on our efficiency. And we hope with the breakthroughs that we're experiencing now, we're able to amplify these benefits.
Gerald, thank you very much. Great talking to you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Our lawyer says it's all about access to justice, especially in remote areas. AI will boost that by answering simple questions quickly. For more on regulating artificial intelligence, Ivana Bartoletti is Chief AI Governance Officer at the tech giant Wipro. This is a runaway technology, and regulators are playing catch-up. Will they keep up with this technology?
It's a fantastic question, and I think the answer is, in the first place, AI is already regulated, in the sense that AI does not exist in isolation. Privacy laws, human rights legislation, consumer legislation, non-discrimination laws, they already apply to artificial intelligence. So what is missing? What's missing is regulating the behavior of companies, of individuals around artificial intelligence. This is, for example, what the European AI Act is about, which is a risk-based legislation, and says if an AI is likely to cause risks to people, then it has to be regulated in a stronger way. Now, the real issue here is, first of all, to avoid thinking that AI is an excuse to really breach existing regulation. And second is to really build on this alignment that we have right now, that we're seeing here in Davos, between governments, private sector, saying, yes, we need some regulation in place, but the regulation is really about regulating the behavior. It's not regulating AI, it's really about regulating the behavior of companies, on business, on governments around artificial intelligence.
What could be the impact, though, on businesses? Could this put the brakes on?
Well, I think businesses need to innovate. And it's really, really important. It means the companies need to say, okay, how do I innovate and transform with AI? But how do I do that in a way that is not detrimental to society, is not detrimental to consumers, in a way that enhances the dignity of human beings, and in a way that does not put people at risk? This is really, really important. We have to govern change. We are not going to have change just to be done to us, and businesses are ready to take these responsibilities. I want to see the conversations really moving forward on this, not just in business, in government, but also with civic society.
Well, AI was just a buzzword here in Davos last year. This year, take a walk down the promenade, and it's in almost every shop window where the most influential companies in the world have set up. Some are selling good AI or responsible AI. What about accurate AI? Mrinal Manohar is CEO of Casper Labs, a blockchain company that claims to have found a solution to AI's accuracy problems and tendency to produce fakes, which is at, what, a 20% rate, according to experts, I believe?
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, I don't know what exactly the percentage is, but, you know, even if you look at like recent media stories and copyright information being found within AI models, there's clearly been a problem about AI being a bit of a black box. And really what we're trying to do is, hey, how do we take something that's opaque and make it transparent?
So how are you making it better?
The way to do it is to use what blockchain has always been great about, which is being zero trust and an excellent governance layer. So what we're able to do is enable companies to completely track what data is going in and out of their models. And if a hallucination or bias does occur, with one click, you can do what you can do with every other software, which is you have version control. So if you're like, hey, my model was working 4 days ago, but suddenly it's saying crazy things, you click a button, it goes back to what it looked like 4 days ago, and you can audit exactly what happened in the background.
So like a ledger system. When people hear blockchain, though, many also know that criminals use it, that it's used by states that may not be democratic.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, technology is like a knife, right? You can use it to like chop wood or stab someone. I mean, the internet in its early days was just porn and gambling. I mean, every technology, like, especially in its early stages, tends to attract a lot of bad actors. But if you actually think about it, blockchain is one of the most evocative technologies out there. I think the big enterprise leap and using it to solve our biggest problems, like auditing AI, hasn't happened yet. But it's going to happen. I mean, the internet started like in the 60s or 70s with ARPA, right? And it was only till like the 2000s when it really took off. I think now we're seeing like a convergence of technologies. And like with any technology, you know, there's bad actors, but they get weeded out. And I think that's a good thing.
What happens, though, when you get the technology so good and it falls into the wrong hands?
This is why transparency and auditability are really, really important, right? Like going back to my previous analogy, like even with the internet, right? We do a lot of banking, finance, commercial activity on the internet. There's a bunch of hackers out there. But as the internet has developed further and further, it's more auditable, it's more trustworthy. And that's the same thing that's going to happen. I mean, all we are trying to do is make sure that, hey, instead of it being a hard landing, let it be a bit of a soft landing.
Artist Refik Anadol is here to show me his AI installation, which is all about safeguarding biodiversity. Tell us how.
Yes, so we are here in World Economic Forum announcing our next ambitious project, Large Nature Model. In the current debates in AI research and AI practicing is sometimes missing the connection with humans, us, and technology and the nature. I do believe nature is the most intelligent thing we have, and I think it's time to use this technology to remember, to understand, and preserve. So we are here showcasing how to preserve data of nature in collaboration with ethical resource of data, as like cultural archives of Smithsonian and Natural History Museum and beyond, and also use sustainable computing to create a meaningful and personal AI model.
Because, I mean, this is a lot of data, it needs a lot of computing power, and alone this installation uses a lot of energy, I'm sure.
Yes, so this installation is required a lot of thinking. We only use 50 million data sets to understand the promise. Then we decided to extend our data set, but I'm happy to say that we made a software that also exactly tells us how much compute power we are using for each steps. And we can use renewable energy thanks to Google Cloud custom software developments, and we also create lots of new tools to understand, have an awareness.
Especially at a time that experts here are saying we're reaching the point of no return.
Absolutely. It's just literally a very important time. And by the way, one of the reasons we are announcing our Museum of AI Arts called Dataland is literally to take attention and educate and create a research around the medium of AI and its arts. I do believe we need to take attention going beyond just shiny pixels or technology, but deep dive into the purpose of AI.
Also, this is a virtual museum, isn't it? But are you documenting what's disappearing from the planet, or are you creating some sort of fantasy world here?
No, it's a completely functional research. It is using science-based data. It's not about hallucinating information. It is about not about human intellect, it's about the natural intelligence. So we are trying to capture what we have, what we lost, and try to explain this in a one AI model. Open source, free for humanity. So it will help for education, research, or a museum activities, for art making. So it's the hope that will make that impact.
Refik Anadol, thank you very much. Great talking to you. Inspiring stuff.
Thank you so much.